Welcome to Objectified, where everyday tools turn into fascinating stories. Today, we dive into a tool so simple, yet so essential, that construction as we know it would collapse without it. I am talking about the humble tape measure. This little device has measured skyscrapers, homes, and even the dreams of builders for centuries. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will see why the tape measure is the unsung hero of every construction site. Here at Objectified, we love exploring the objects that shape our world, and the tape measure deserves its moment in the spotlight. It is not just a strip of metal or fabric with numbers on it. This tool represents precision, progress, and the backbone of every structure standing tall today. Whether you are a carpenter framing a house, an architect designing a masterpiece, or just someone trying to hang a shelf straight, the tape measure is your trusty sidekick. In this video, we will uncover its origin story, track its evolution, explore its cultural significance, and even toss in some fun facts that might just blow your mind. So, grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let us roll out the story of the tape measure. Let us start at the beginning. The tape measure did not just appear out of nowhere. Humans have been obsessed with measuring things for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians used cubit rod sticks based on the length of a forearm to build the pyramids. Those early tools worked, but they were rigid and clunky. Fast forward to the 14th century, and tailors started using strips of cloth to measure fabric. These were the ancestors of our modern tape measure, flexible but not exactly durable. Then, in the 1800s, everything changed. A British inventor named James Chesterman saw a problem. Steel wire was being used in hoop skirts, yes. Those giant dresses women wore back then. He figured out how to flatten it into thin, flexible strips. He marked measurements on them, and boom, the first steel tape measure was born. It was not perfect yet. Those early versions were heavy and expensive, but they laid the groundwork for what we use today. By 1868, an American named Alvin Fellows patented the spring-loaded retractable tape measure in Connecticut. That click-hand lock mechanism, that was his genius. Suddenly, builders had a tool that was portable, precise, and easy to use. Construction would never be the same. So, how did the tape measure go from a clunky steel strip to the sleek tool we know today? It is all about evolution. In the early 20th century, companies like Stanley Work-Seep, the same Stanley that makes your toolbox staples, started mass-producing tape measures. They added features like the locking mechanism, which keeps the tape extended without you holding it. That little button changed the game for solo builders. Then came the materials. Steel stayed popular, but manufacturers began experimenting with fiberglass for longer tapes, think 100 feet or more, used in surveying. These were lighter and resisted rust, perfect for outdoor jobs. By the mid-1900s, the iconic yellow casing showed up. Why yellow? It stands out on a messy job site. You will not lose it in a pile of sawdust. And those bold black numbers. They make reading measurements a breeze, even in low light. Fast forward to today, and innovation keeps rolling. Laser tape measures now use beams of light to measure distances with insane accuracy. Digital displays show exact numbers down to the millimeter. Some even connect to apps on your phone, storing measurements for later. But here is the thing. The classic retractable tape measure still rules construction sites. It is affordable, reliable, and does not need batteries. Old school meets new school, and the tape measure adapts every time. Now, let us talk about why the tape measure matters beyond the job site. This tool is a symbol of human ambition. Every building, bridge, and road started with someone pulling out a tape measure to make sure it was right. It is about trust. When a carpenter measures twice and cuts once, they are not just saving wood, they are ensuring safety, quality, and pride in their work. In some cultures, the tape measure even carries deeper meaning. In Japan, precision is an art form, And tools like this reflect a philosophy of perfection. Shows like this old house or fixer-upper turn it into a star too. How many times have you seen a host whip out a tape measure to check a beam or plan a renovation? It is not just a tool, it is a storytelling device. And globally, the tape measure bridges industries. Architects use it to dream big. Engineers use it to make those dreams real. Even astronauts use tape measures during the Apollo missions to check equipment. From pyramids to the moon, this tool measures our progress as a species. All right, time for some fun stuff. Did you know the little metal tab at the end of a tape measure is loose on purpose? That wiggle adjusts for inside versus outside measurements, keeping things accurate. Genius, right? And that tab often has a tiny slot. Builders use it to hook onto a nail for solo measuring. Next time you see one, check it out. Here is another gem. The world's longest tape measure stretches over 600 feet. It was made by a company in India to measure massive structures like dams. Regular tapes top out at 100 or 300 feet, but that beast is a record breaker. Oh, and in 1984, a tape measure got its own museum exhibit in Connecticut, where fellows patented it. They called it the tool that built America. Not bad for something you can buy for $5. One more. Some tape measures have secret markings. Ever notice those little black diamonds every 19.2 inches? They are for spacing roof trusses. Bet you did not see that coming. So, there you have it, the tape measure. A tiny tool with a massive legacy. From ancient rods to laser beams, it has evolved alongside us, shaping the world one measurement at a time. It is practical, it is cultural, and it is downright cool when you dig into the details. Next time you pick one up, give it a nod of respect. This is not just a tool, it is a piece of history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the tape measure, hit that like button and subscribe to Objectified for more stories about the objects that define our lives. Drop a comment below. Have you ever used a tape measure for a wild project? We want to hear about it. And check out our playlist on everyday tools for more hidden gems like this one. Thanks for watching, Objectified fam. We will be back next week with another object that deserves its close-up. Until then, keep exploring the world around you one measurement at a time. See you soon.